Welcome back to MMA Al Dente. I'm here to talk about Julia Stoliarenko versus Molly McCann. Julia is 10-7-1, 30 years old, and she's got 3 inches of height and 7 inches of reach over 33-year-old Molly McCann, who is 13-5. Julia's an armbar specialist. First round armbar specialist, specifically. There's some other girl out there, I think, who's going by the nickname Rhonda. It should be Stoliarenko. This girl's a judoka with a killer armbar, very dangerous early, and she's Rhonda. She's got 9 subs in her 10 wins and just 1 decision. I think all the subs are armbars. Her 7 losses are 3 via TKO, 1 via submission, and 3 via decision. She was submitted once by Julia Avila, who I don't know where the hell she is, but she was a very good fighter. I'm pretty sure she's still under contract with the UFC, but she's got something going on, I guess. And that was at the very end of a 15-minute fight. She's been TKO'd a few times, the last of which came against Chelsea Chandler, which wasn't a great fight. Stoliarenko got an armbar early on, got her down and got an armbar, and didn't get it, and after that she was pretty much overwhelmed. She was overwhelmed with some straight lefts, but really physicality overall, and TKO'd from the mount. And we've seen her TKO'd before. Lucia Pudilova, another savage, TKO'd her. But she's lost decisions to some really good fighters as well, like Yana Kunitskaya. It's not always just, where she's going to get finished. But while there's no telling exactly how her losses are going to look, she's going to fade. And when she wins, there is telling pretty much exactly how her wins are going to look, and it's a first-round armbar. She's one of those fighters that makes her very exciting to watch and somewhat predictable, which can be fun to bet on. Molly McCann, she's got 13 wins, 6 via TKO, 7 via decision. And when I say TKO, some of those are legit knockouts, as we've seen. She picked up 2 of the best knockouts in the last few years against Luana Carolina and Hannah Goldie, especially the Carolina one, of course. That was she knocked her dead. And those were deep into the fight. Carolina was in round 3, Goldie was in round 2. And Molly McCann gets a signature move, kind of like Ricardo Ramos. She's known for the spinning back elbow, and it got her 2 beautiful highlights inside the UFC octagon. So she's definitely got a good bit of hype and momentum, despite losing her last one, Darren Blanchfield. She's in the co-main event here, and it's for a reason. It's because of her. She's only lost by submission twice. Well, she's never been TKO'd. 2 losses via submission, and they're Erin Blanchfield and Jillian Robertson, overall one of the best submission artists. And 3 decision losses to good fighters who have been in the UFC or are in the UFC. Lara Procopio, Tyler Santos, and Vanessa Mello, who no longer in the UFC, I believe. But Molly McCann, look, she's a scrapper. She's definitely got the edge in striking here. Certainly in a 15-minute fight. Early on, Julia, I'm sure, will be game early. But Molly McCann, I think if this is a pure striking battle, she eats up that 7-inch reach and starts beating up Stoliarenko before long. But I do think this is going to be a scrappy fight. I should have mentioned early on, Julia's cutting down in weight here. This is her coming down from bantamweight to flyweight. So I think that exacerbates, if that's the right word, her chances of winning in round 1, increases her chances of winning in round 1, and it also increases her chances of getting finished deeper into the fight and having cardio issues generally. And I think this fight is destined to find a finish. I think Molly McCann's going to finish her. Stoliarenko could get her out of there early in round 1. Molly McCann, I think if she was to win, she'd still get her out of there, overwhelming her with TKO down the stretch. And that's why my primary bet as of now, with no prop bets, is the under. Under 2.5 rounds, minus 135. I really like that. I think Stoliarenko, if she wins, it's a first-round armbar, and I will definitely be looking into that prop. I'll be playing that. I'll play that in any Stoliarenko fight ever. But with her at almost 2-1 as an underdog, hopefully it's somewhat juicy. And Molly McCann, I'll be looking to play her props for getting a finish later. Or I'll see what it says, but what the props say. But I think it would be a TKO. Of course, like with Nazim Sadikov last week, I said round 2 TKO, and then I ended up betting on round 2 flat. because the odds were the same pretty much as the TKO. And he ended up winning via submission. That worked out for me. But really, what I'm most confident in is Stoliarenko fading. And of course, Molly McCann doesn't have one submission to a record, so I'm sure the submission odds will be astronomical. But if it's anywhere similar, the flat odds to the TKO odds, I will play the flat odds. But Molly McCann via TKO, round 2, I'll say, is the pick. I think Yulia is going to get her down. It's going to be maybe a little dicey early for Molly, but once she turns the tides and Molly's winning, I don't envision her losing the fight. I don't think there will be momentum swings back and forth. Just one or two. Once Molly is winning, she won't be losing. So Molly McCann via TKO is the pick, round 2. Like, share, subscribe, all that horse shit, and check out my other videos.